Hello. So today I'm going to be sharing some books and other resources that we are going to be using for our art next year. So along with the actual physical things that we're going to do for art, like painting, drawing, coloring, creating things with clay and molds and nature art and all those sorts of things that I have planned for next year, I also want to dive a little deeper into some famous artists and some actual techniques and things like that. So a fellow homeschooler was nice enough to share a fantastic bin of resources with me, and I'm just going to share with you some of the things that we plan to use that she has lent me. I don't know what else to say. There are quite amazing resources. There is some books, games, a couple movies, so it's going to be really, really exciting. This might not be all that we use for art-related resources, but I do think that this will be a majority of what we are going to be using. So the first things I'm going to share is the couple of games that we have here. So we just have Professor Noggin's History of Art game, and this is just like all the other Professor Noggin's games. You have the easy and the hard questions and the die labeled 1 through 3. And then you just roll the die, go to the question of the number, and then answer the question. And then here we also have Go Fish for Art. So I think there's a couple of ways you can play this because it does have numbers along the top, but those numbers also correspond with it's not going to focus, is it? So the numbers, oh, you can kind of see it now there. The numbers also correspond with the artist, so you could go fish by artist, or you could go fish by actual art piece. So there is 2 of each art piece in here. So there is multiple ways you could play with younger kids who can't read. You could do by number, by color, and then it just gets them recognizing some famous artwork. These 3 movie type items. So first of all, we have art lessons for children, and there's just a bunch of different lessons working with oil pastels, folk art, and printmaking. So I think that will be really fun to do. Then there is just American Girl movie about a artist girl. And then this is artists' lives through children's eyes. So I have no idea what this is going to be like. Possibly when we are done, I could do a review. There is 6 different movies in here. So I'm actually very curious on how this is going to turn out. Now, the rest of the resources are all books, and I will just show those to you now. So we have the art lessons. I'll just show you a couple pages inside. This isn't typically the type of illustrations that I would be drawn to, but I'm sure that my children will enjoy this book. Then we have The Magic Paintbrush. This is more of a book that I would be drawn to buy for our family library. So I was very excited to see some books like this in there. They have some very realistic not really realistic, but a little bit more mature drawings. And then this whole half is the story. Then we have some autobiography type books. So this one is Rembrandt. And then it just has different art pieces and information. And this is from the Famous Artist collection. It is from about Monet. And this says an introduction to the artist's life and work. So again, it's going to be, oh, it has the table of contents here. So if you would like to know what is in the book. And then it also tells you how the book is laid out. So here is a little bit of a page flip through. It does have some of the works, and then also like story about why they were done and stuff like that. This one is Mark Chagall. Same type of thing. Works and information. Now, with all of these books, we won't be reading these all at one time, and we will probably do one artist per week or per couple of weeks, dive in, read some information, maybe recreate some things or print some drawing pictures that we could do, and then we'll move on to the next artist. So here is another artist book, and this is artists in their time. So I actually have 3 of these ones of Van Gogh, Picasso, and Dali. So then there's the information bits at the front as well. Oh, it looks like it's all through. So information, pictures. I'm assuming the same thing goes with the Van Gogh one. Yes. And then also with the Picasso one. Then this is from a different series called Getting to Know the World's Greatest Artists. And this one is a little more kid-like. So I think that my daughter, who will be in kindergarten this year, will enjoy this one a little bit more because it's short reading. There's definitely some cuter pictures and then also original artwork. So each one has like a funny, cute picture and then an original art piece. Then is the Osborne Book of Famous Paintings, with, of course, the Mona Lisa on the front. Here is the table of contents if you are interested in knowing what is in here. And then there's like an about this book section, and then it gets right into it. So each 2-page spread, it looks like, is a different painting, and then it kind of breaks the painting apart. So it gives you the title of the painting, the author, or not the author, the artist of the painting, where the painting was from, what year, what style of painting it was, and then what size it was originally painted in. So that's pretty cool that you get to learn all those little facts. Then there is this set. I will show you the whole set, but only show you inside one book because they're all relatively the same. So this is the Draw Right Now. And we have the dry land animals, the forest animals, the on land, ponds, rivers, and oceans, the Arctic, and also the farm. So in each one, I'll show you in the Arctic because I really love this one. So in each one, as you open it up, there is like a little background or information pages of how to use it, as well as what pages have what animals. So this is your table of contents, what you will be drawing. And then as you get into it, this is how your page could look like. It doesn't have to look like this, but this is how your journal page could look. So your kid would copy this, and then in the top part of their journal, they would draw a penguin. So it gives really simple steps how to draw a penguin. Whether they decide to draw just the one penguin or draw several, draw a scenery, that is totally up to them. Each one has ideas on a scenery, but it is only one animal. Here's the polar bear one. Here is a krill. So see how it's just drawing one krill, but in the picture there's multiple. And here is the boat. So that is the Draw Right Now series. Okay, the next book is another character study on Leonardo da Vinci. But this one is a little bit more kid-friendly because it is written in story style and has a little bit more playful pictures. It's not so much information, picture, information, picture. Same, I think, with this Michelangelo one, yes. So a little bit more playful pictures, and then the story. I'm not sure how engaging the story is because I have not read the book, although the pictures do look really lovely. So even if we were to only look at the pictures, that would be fine. The next books are more of storybooks that also have to do with art. So this is Kate and the Mona Lisa. And it's just a really nice story. And it looks like it is about a girl who goes to see the Mona Lisa. But it's written in like a cute child-friendly story format. So it doesn't have to be so dry and rugged. Then there is The Painter and the Wild Swans. Which looks like it has very beautiful illustrations. If I can get it without a glare. There we go. And then a story to go along with them. Ooh, this is beautiful. I think this will definitely be one that we read more than once especially for the illustrations. Then we have the book Ish. And this is super, super simple. This is something that my son could even read to my daughter. But it's also pictures that we could recreate. So that is very nice. Then we have Picasso and the girl with the ponytail. Again, really cute pictures, and then the story to go along with it. And then we have a few more educational style ones. Oh, no, I think this is a story style one. No, this is more educational. Vermeer's Secret World. And this just has information about each painting and the artist. We have The Child's Introduction to Art, which is more of a project type book that can also go along with artist studies, because there's art pieces that go along with certain artists. So I thought this was cool because next year in social, which I will get to when we go through our curriculum reveal, we are actually doing ancient civilizations. So I thought that this was a cool bit for that. The beginnings of art history. And then it just goes into a little bit more history of each piece. But there's also fun little things you can do, and activities and stories and just things to engage the children, so that it makes it a little less dry just reading about a painting. There's also things that you can do to excite them. And then we have some more resourcey type books. So this one is Teach Art to Children, and it is for grades 1 to 6 recommendation. And then inside there's just activities that you can do that are more workbooky or step-by-step instruction activities of art projects that you can do with your children. These aren't quite the types of things that we enjoy to do, but it might be helpful to talk about things like this, where we can talk about colors and how they go together and such and such. But this generally isn't the type of art projects that we do in our homeschool. Then there is Artworks for Kids, and this one is also 1 through 6th grade. And this one is a little bit more the types of things that we would normally do. It's a little bit less crafty and a little bit more artsy, if that makes sense. I have nothing against crafts. It's just when I'm teaching art, I want to be more along art styles. So I imagine that we will be using this one quite a lot. There's mixed media projects and all that kind of stuff. So that is going to be a very exciting book to dig into. Then we have the Usborne Book of Art. So this one is more of a looking at the artist again, but it goes through a timeline. So ancient and medieval art, and then modern art, and etc., etc. So I like that because when we do our ancient civilization studies, again, we can use this to kind of learn more about their culture, because art is such a big piece of culture, and you can learn so much about a culture by looking at their art. So I think this will be a very, very good resource to have on hand while we are doing that. The last book that I have is the one that I think I am most excited for, and it is the Usborne Complete Book, Complete Book of Art Ideas. So this book is exactly what it says it is. It's just different art ideas, 400 of them. And you could just pick one a week or one a day or whatever you like, a few a week, and you could just do an art project with your kids. All of them are step by step, laid out, very simple, but very, very beautiful art for children. This will be the book that I think we will end up using the most, and because this is a borrowed book, I imagine when we have to give this book back, we will probably buy our own copy. So I hope that you enjoyed that video about art resources and books that you can use. And I hope that you got some ideas of books that you would like to use in your homeschool as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos in the future. Goodbye!